I haven't heard from her in a while, which is very unusual.
I didn't hear from her either.
All set?
Yes, sir.
Good morning. I'd like to call the Tuesday, July 29th special meeting to order. Treasurer, please call the roll.
Mr. Ferguson.
Here.
Mrs. Washington. Dr. Ballard.
Here.
Mrs. Nazario. Here. Mr. Sturgill.
Here.
Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Recognition of visitors. Seeing none, we will go to the first hearing of the public. Seeing none, I will entertain a motion to approve or amend the minutes of the July 14th meeting.
So moved. Support.
Roll call, please.
Dr. Ballard.
Yes.
Mr. Sturgill.
Yes.
Mr. Ferguson.
Yes.
Mrs. Nazario. Yes.
I'm just reminded, we'd like to take a moment and ask for a moment of silence in honor of, or in recognition of the terrible events that happened in our city last week. Please join. Thank you. Any old business? Reports and recommendations of the treasurer.
I have no items for this agenda.
Thank you. Reports and recommendation of the superintendent.
And some information became available, with information we've been looking into for quite some time, I think was finalized yesterday. I'm asking Mary Mays to step up and share what we found in terms of transportation. We've been looking at transportation now for several years. We reported out a few months ago the savings that's already occurred by bringing back the 20, we have 28 buses, 25 routes, whatever the numbers are, but the investment has already paid for the initial investment of the buses, the labor, and the building. We're starting to save money on that portion. But we currently do, and have a contract to do for one more year, is we partner with Auxilio to transport our students to private and charter schools. And we're looking at the cost savings to bring in eventually all of those routes, but based on what our contract allows for next year. But Mary and Tia and Julie worked very hard to make sure these numbers are all been verified and appropriate. And again, there is an upfront cost, which is to purchase 10 more buses. Excuse me, but there's a savings that goes along with that. And what I asked them to put together was, at what point do we break even? At what point do we start saving money? As we have had conversations in our last couple of board meetings, what we were projecting to receive from the state and federal government is not what we think we're receiving. I think the federal government has changed their tune a little bit, but we're still concerned about not only the biennium budget, but also the House and Senate tried to overturn some of the governor's vetoes and didn't have the votes to do it. But if they become standalone bills, they need fewer votes. So we're still concerned about changes in money that we're going to be receiving moving forward based on actions that will be taken between now and December 31st. That being said, I think when we have the opportunity to save money, it's something we need to consider, even though there's an upfront cost. So, Mary, if you would, please.
Thank you, Dr. Graham. This morning, as Dr. Graham said, I'm looking at, I'm asking.
Can you move the mic a little closer? And just more for people watching on
Better?
YouTube and yeah.
Okay.
You could have just said thank you and sat down. He gave your whole spiel.
know he
The
did.
thunder's
He
gone.
did.
Yeah, it's sunny day again.
We're asking for
I'm in it for the glory. Yeah.
this
Do you need
morning,
help with the PowerPoint?
We're asking for consideration of purchasing 10 buses this morning. That would be 9 full-size buses and 1 orthopedic
And
bus.
if I could also interject, regardless of what we choose to do, we need that orthopedic bus,
We
correct?
do.
Okay.
We absolutely do. This will allow the district to bring transportation back, the contracted portion of transportation. We are looking at a cost for the purchase of those buses just under $1.3 million. And we did look at the savings. I know that Barb Medrick and Julie West had sat down and talked about numbers, and we looked at the overall cost of what it would cost for transportation to do that in-house versus the contracted service we have right now. And it looks like it would be about 3 years, just a little over 3 years before we would see that savings come back for the purchase of those buses. And so if we continued to outsource that, we would have that continued extra cost for contracted services. And if I'm correct, Julie, we were somewhere around I think we were about 330-some thousand that we would save overall for the first 3 years. 600 and some, I think we were close to 600 and some thousand.
Per year, yeah, that's what.
Correct,
Yeah.
yes.
With the payoff, a break-even point at 3.27 years. And then after that, obviously, the money is just savings.
Correct.
But the first 3.27 years is to pay for our original investment in terms of buses, drivers, and everything else.
Correct.
And again, to remind folks, the reason it took us a while to come up with a comparison on how much money, it's easy to see how much money you spent and you're spending, but to project things, sometimes it's a little bit more difficult. And what I mean by that, when we used First Student, they charge us just a lump sum, and sometimes per route. With Auxilio, it was by driver. So when you look at things, you can see how much we're saving compared to how much we spent, both costs of inflation and other factors kicking in. To project how much you're going to save takes a little bit more to make sure that, I guess a math term, that we had to come up with the lowest common denominator for in-house, Auxilio, and First Student, and it took us a while to get comfortable with those numbers. So I just want to thank everybody for your patience in doing that. But for me, when these numbers were shared with me yesterday, I originally thought the numbers would be 2 years. 3.2 is a little further out. But to start saving money and to invest in our future, to wait another year, the only thing that in my mind gets in the way, and I'm going to defer to Tia, is the fact that because our projections are so much lower than we thought from the money we were told we're going to get from the state that we planned on in May to what we were told after the binding budget was approved is a lot less. So and I think Mark made a point at one of our previous board meetings, yeah, it'd be nice to have that, but can we afford it? So I will defer to Tia if whether or not the money is going to be available to wait 3 years to pay it off, as opposed to continue to invest.
Based on what we know from the state and the biennial budget, we will reach a deficit much sooner, a year sooner than projected from May's forecast.
Any questions about transportation in general or the purchase of?
Yeah, so one, as he talked about the differences in how we were calculating what it would cost us versus saving us with Auxilio and First Student, when we put out those RFPs, can't we make them count with our numbers? Can't they give us our budget the way we want it structured so we can do apples and apples and apples?
So we give them the information of the students that we need to transport. And because they're businesses and they're in the transportation of students or folks to make money, unlike the district. And so when we put those RFPs out, we're trying to get the best number that we can based on the one that wants to make, you got one that want to make a lot of money and other ones that are really considering the transportation, but they're in the business to make money.
No, I get that, but I'm just saying, can we just say everybody either count heads or everybody count routes? So we're doing apples and apples.
Well, we do. We give them the number of routes and everything else. It's just based on their number, how they come in with that number.
So maybe I misunderstood his statement.
No, I think I understand your question. When this was originally done with First Student was 10, 12 years ago, and I think that we phrased things differently back then than we did now, most recently when we brought in Auxilio and did require much more detail.
Okay.
But I think the big piece was when we had First Student, it was, to Mary's point, what will you charge us? And they were the only game in town, and they charge us.
And my follow-up is, if 3 years is break even, what's the typical lifespan of a bus?
Right now, we're looking at, we go about 11 years, which is a long way out, but we have great mechanics and they're doing great jobs on our buses and keeping them up. So we're looking at about 11 years. Some districts go 6. I don't think that's reasonable. You can get 11, 12 years out of a bus before you really have to start looking at replacing it.
So it's
It
reasonable.
was 20.
Right, it's reasonable to say, though, that if we make the investment, and I assume we'll be around 20 years, we'll save almost $2.3 million over that next 11 by making the upfront costs now.
Correct.
That means, yeah, okay, thank
And
you.
that's just with the additional buses. That's not a. that's
Right, right,
considered
right.
what we've
I'm
already
just
invested.
counting those,
Yep.
those 10 that we're getting though, and just seeing what the value would be for those, but thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And I see, I love the young guns with the young legs, but when Jeff want to sell something, he brings the wisdom in, and and I love both, yeah, so the big guns came in this morning, so.
Will we have drivers? I mean, that's,
So we are currently looking at that, and I will tell you that my assumption, and I hate to make those, but if we have contracted service that's out there right now, that those drivers will be looking for a place to, and I would have no problem bringing those folks in because they transport our kids now anyways. So just the same as we did initially, and a lot of the folks came over from First Student, we would find a home here for them as well.
okay.
And I'm gonna still, here's one more time, then I'm gonna be quiet the rest of the day, maybe. But I know it's late in the year now, meaning the summertime. But so we have a farm team of drivers. Have we ever considered just handing out or passing out or it's doing our own CDL classes and advertising almost like a, hey, come to night school, get you trained, then we got a farm team that we can pull from?
And we are doing that.
Okay,
We are doing that.
okay.
We will bring folks in and we will train them and run them through the whole thing and.
I've never
ready
seen
to
that
go.
promoted though. I've never seen that promoted, but it's
Yes.
good to know
We're
that we're
also working
doing
with
it.
other districts to help them.
Okay.
Along that same
Correct.
pathway, because we've got the in-house talent. Can't-
I'm glad we got people that think quicker than I do.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Thanks, Mary.
Thank you,
So
Mary.
with that being said, I'd like to recommend we walk on item,
We'll do that for the operations section.
the operations section?
Yeah. After we approve the two contracts are on.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you'll take that one? All right, thanks. I'd like the board to consider for approval items 9.01 to 9.04, personnel matters.
Support.
Discussion. The same question I always ask, where are we in terms of staffing?
We are actually in pretty good shape for most positions. Math, we're still, we lost some math teachers at the high school that we're still looking for math teachers. You'll see one on the agenda today that is retired a few years ago that we brought back. And students, or teachers of students with disabilities are the areas that we're struggling, as well as paraprofessionals. Yeah, paraprofessionals has been a struggle for us over the past few years, but we are, for it being July still, we'll figure it out. We'll be all right.
Okay, it's a good thing we had the special meeting, so he could say, so it's July.
Yeah. And, yeah, we, obviously with the severance offer we had last year, we obviously had fired well over 60 teachers, but the areas that we lost a lot of teachers, and actually for different reasons, math, but we lost a lot of teachers of students with disabilities.
What about I see we have 2 dance teachers here.
We also have some fluidity with
Yeah.
our dance teachers.
Yeah, and I'm confident we'll find excellent
Okay.
candidates for those 2 positions.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion, or do we have,
So moved.
a roll call, please?
Mr. Sturgill.
Yes.
Dr. Ballard.
Yes.
Mr. Ferguson.
Yes.
Mrs. Nazario.
No.
I'd like the board to consider for approval items 10.01 to 10.02.
Entertain a motion,
So moved. Support.
discussion. This is the 2 parking lots we discussed the last meeting, I believe, correct?
Without me having my glasses on, yes.
Southview and Southview.
Yeah, both Southview pieces. And again, what happened there, I can have Mary, the expert, come back up and talk. Why don't you? I can pass on information, but it'll do something in translation.
So over at Southview Middle School, the intent was this year to mill off 2 inches and then recoat that area. When we got in there and started to mill that portion off, we realized that, and this was in collaboration with the city, we realized that there was water that was actually coming up on the outside of the parking lot, which meant that there was something happening under the grade. As they got about 3 passes through, they could see that there was, the base was actually failing. You could see that it was what they call whale backing. And so at that point in time, we had to stop the job and have a company come in to do several, it's a process, but they come in and do several areas of undercuts, 12-inch undercuts, where they put in a base of, it's ones and twos, which are bigger stones, and they put that base in and then 57 and pack it all down, because there was no base per se on the original parking lot that was put down. They tamped it down and put asphalt on top of it, and so we didn't have a solid base. We right now are in the place that has been done. We're ready to go, but we're just holding on approval to get the rest of it in place.
Again, the same issue that happened at General Johnny Wilson, where many, many years ago, we tried to save a couple of dollars and we did the job wrong. So as a result, we have to pay for that now.
But it was gonna have to be resurfaced anyhow, it's
No
just
choice.
a little bit extra.
When they
Correct.
skimmed the top off, water was shooting out of it, out of the ground. So,
That's not good.
no. So for the timing, not ideal,
Right.
but it could have been a whole lot worse.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Sturgill.
Yes.
Dr. Ballard.
Yes.
Mr. Ferguson.
Yes.
Mrs. Nazario.
Yes.
And before I pass on the baton, I would also like to summarize a conversation that Mr. Ferguson and I had before the board meeting. The city sent out something, and again, the awful, awful, awful event as the son of a Cleveland policeman retired and passed away, the superintendent of a district and a member of the community. I am completely devastated, and I can't imagine what the city is going through, the LPD and the City Hall Department, but they are closed tomorrow in honor of our fallen officer. And in talking to Jay before the board meeting, we agree that in the spirit of solidarity, we are also going to be closed tomorrow. And I know that many of us will be at the service, the funeral and the service tomorrow, but we just want to demonstrate our close partnership with the city.
We can get that on social media just for,
Lisa's typing now, I see.
that's what I saw, that's why I asked.
Yep, thanks.
Okay, at this point, I would entertain a motion to suspend the order.
So moved. For support.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Sturgill.
Yes.
Dr. Ballard.
Yes.
Mr. Ferguson.
Yes.
Mrs. Nazario.
Yes.
And now I would entertain a motion to walk on the resolution to purchase school buses.
So moved. Support.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Sturgill.
Yes.
Dr. Ballard.
Yes.
Mr. Ferguson.
Yes.
Mrs. Nazario.
No.
Okay, reports and
And the
recommendations.
motion's actually approved.
Oh, now we need a motion to approve the item.
So moved. Support.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Sturgill.
Yes.
Dr. Ballard.
Yes.
Mr. Ferguson.
Yes.
Mrs. Nazario.
No.
Reports and recommendations of the superintendent. Other matters.
I'm good.
Any new business? Committee reports and requests from board members? Still no public. The next board meeting will be a regular meeting, August 11th, 2025 at 5 p.m. right here at Lorain High School in the board room. And with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. Support.
Roll call, please.
Dr. Ballard.
Yes.
Mr. Sturgill.
Yes.
Mr. Ferguson.
Yes.
Mrs. Nazario.
Yes.
We're out.